What's good, everybody? It's Jay Floyd. It's another episode of On Everything. And this one, I'm going to go right into it, man, because I've been feeling pretty strongly about this. We need to tell our stories. You need to tell your story. And I was just, I woke up today and I haven't felt this strongly about something in a long time, man. You know, so many of us, man, we're on social media. I don't care whether you're on Facebook, the Gram, X, formerly known as Twitter, LinkedIn. I don't care whether you're on Reddit, all of this stuff, man. Like we have these are tools, man. Like imagine I'm an 80s baby, man. So I think back to like 1981 as a kindergartner. If you would have told me, if you would have described to me the kind of reach you would have around the world through social media, it'd be unbelievable. So my challenge to all of us right now, man, is how are you using it to tell your story? And I'm speaking right now to my folks, right? I think my people know who they are. My people are people who can relate to the struggle. You tune into this podcast because you feel that pain deep down underneath my encouragement. You can tell what I've been through, but you can also feel that I'm persevering through it. You can feel that I'm striving, and you probably get a little bit of strength from that too. So I'm talking to y'all right now. We need to tell our stories. Tell your story, man. Tell your story. Don't spend all your time on Facebook. And I keep seeing people like sharing these ridiculously long soliloquies about what Trump did today, what Elon Musk did yesterday. And I mean, you know, I get it. We all have strong feelings and opinions on that. But listen, the thing I've been talking about so much recently, and I know you might hear this and be like, Jay, man, get off it. This needs to be done. Listen, what I'm talking about is balance. And I'm trying to give you a reframed perspective. So many times we get so caught up. Oh man, I'm right. I know I'm right. I gotta let the world know I'm right. You don't though. You know what you do have to do? You gotta tell your story. There's a lot of people out there like me, and if you listen to this podcast historically throughout all of the brandings, rebrandings, and names it's had, you might know my story. I'm born in Cleveland, Ohio. In 1976, my parents split up immediately after I was born. I had an older brother, 3.5 years older than me. We went to my mom. We lived with my mom. It was the 80s when couples got divorced. The mother took the children. There were no questions asked. We became poor, destitute. My mother was not the breadwinner of our home, and she was not a great financial steward. We were destitute. We were broke. We were homeless quite a few times. We got evicted more times than I can even remember. We moved so many times. I missed so many days of school. It's probably some kind of record. If you were able to track all of the data, you would have to get the data, you'd have to go to so many different schools, though. I went to a lot of different schools and a lot of different school systems. But if you could track that data, and, I am a data engineering manager, I could do that. If you were to track that, I'd probably set some kind of record for the most days missed. Most days missed, that's a lot of trauma. My grandmother passed, my uncle passed. And then the big one, when I was 16, my brother was murdered. Then my mother passed, then my dad passed. That's all of them, y'all. If you're counting, that's all of them. I try my best to tell my story. Because guess what? Throughout all of that boy who was 6 years old, living sleeping on his cousin's floor, living on 89th and Buckeye in Cleveland, living on 79th and Superior in Cleveland. Look where he made it to. Look how far he made it. That story needs to be told. There's a lot of people out there with the same story, those same types of stories. Look at what we made it over. Look at how far we made it. Like, I think about some of the people that I came up around, and it's so creative, man. Like, I think between all of the people that I know, we're probably talking about 100 or 200 albums, music, hip hop, spoken word, R&B. You're talking about movie starting. I've been in 3 movies myself. But I'm talking about so many movies of people that I know that people have been in. My boy Blitz Bazuwale, he directed The Color Purple and Beyonce's Black is King. I mean, like, I could literally go to my Facebook friend list right now and scroll it. And the amount of life stories in there, it would be like scrolling through Netflix. So many stories, what we overcome, where we are now. So much hurt, so much pain, so much divorce, so much trauma, so much abuse. We made it, y'all. We made it. Something was on my heart today to tell me, you talk about like older cultures, right? Like, for me, if you talk about historically, what did our ancestors do, right? In Africa, they gave spoken word of mouth stories passed down from generation to generation. I just feel like right now, social media provides a good opportunity. I'm not saying that's all we should do, right? You can balance it out. You can talk about some other stuff. You can trash Trump. You can do what you want to do on there, but why not also use it to show as a record for your kids, your nieces, your nephews, your cousins, the next generation, anybody looking up to you, to see what you've been through. We can leverage it in that way. Go in there and tell them who you are. Be transparent. Post about it. Post about it, y'all. That's my challenge for y'all today. I'm going to put a call to action in this episode. So I don't care whether it's 11 or 1,100 or 11,000 people that listen to this episode. My challenge for you is this week. No, I'm not even going to say week. Because sometimes in order to track accountability, you have to shrink the window that you're examining. Let's just talk today. Whatever day this is for you that you're listening to this. The next time you grab your phone, scroll, or post, I want you to ask yourself, have I told my story? Have I left a record? If I die today, will my kids understand who I am outside of my political affiliations in this moment? Ball is in your court. I love y'all. Ready to revolutionize your content creation? Discover Deep Brain AI, the cutting-edge solution in AI video synthesis. Create lifelike AI videos with ease, ideal for presentations, educational content, or just boosting your digital marketing. Your AI avatar waits to deliver messages with natural expressions and natural voices. It'll be just like hearing and seeing you and me. Experience the future of communication with Deep Brain AI. Discover more right now at what'sgood.work and click on our link that says visit our sponsor.